All right, Electronauts, lads, lasses, everything else, it's my favorite day of the year. It is Elektron Leak Day. And contrary to some people on the forum, I love a good leak. Digitakt 2 is a real thing. We can now solidly say that. And if you weren't following along, here's a quick little timeline of the chain of events. Previous to today, which is 4/22, we kind of thought that the Digitakt 2 was a real thing. We knew that Elektron was working on something. We heard about Toneverk. You know, we had a handful of interesting YouTubers kind of just recklessly post things that didn't help speculation either, but that was all before. This is today. We were greeted with a wonderful little peek into the staging site of Elektron. Now, if you're not familiar with what a staging site is where a company will go and build up changes to their website, and it's kind of like a sandbox, like a testing ground where they can play around with stuff, see how things are going to look, and then they push those changes out to the big site eventually. So I'm not a web developer or anything, but it appears to me as if Elektron's staging site is not adequately sandboxed because people seem to be able to get in and out of that thing, including myself. And earlier today, we saw that there was a Digitakt 2 test post, and it said a couple of cool things, and at first everybody was like, woo, woo, wee, and then we all kind of were like, ooh, ah, but then a European retailer, it appears to me as if their like auto update for the site kind of pushed through, but it pushed a Digitakt 2 listing, and boy, oh boy, we got some pictures. And then, after we all sunk our teeth into these pictures and said, is it real? Looks real to me. Looks, oh, nope, fake, nope, gotta be fake, gotta be real, gotta be fake. And then we checked back in with Elektron's staging site, and they had updated their homepage on the staging site with a lot of pictures of the analog rhythm, but a ton of copy about the Digitakt 2. And so all of these things kind of together, we have sort of confirmed the Digitakt 2 is a real thing. Also, it's worth noting that at the very beginning of the day when the staging site leak happened, Elektron closed down their forum briefly. The What's Next for Elektron thread got muted and locked, which Elektron does this a lot. And like, guys, I think it's almost better to just let people go and speculate and be wild, because when you lock the forum, it's just like everybody, they just go to a different place, right? So keep them on your forum and have them talking about your devices on your forum, because otherwise they just go to Discord, where a lot of this has happened. You can check out my Discord. That's just my 2 cents for everybody running a forum. If people are speculating on your leaks and stuff, don't try to lock it down. That just seems silly. The internet is a toothpaste effect. You can't get in, you can't get out what you got. You can't get in what's already gotten out. The cat's out of the bag, baby. And so with the Digitakt 2 all but confirmed with the reopening of the forum just a few minutes ago, let's take a look at what this leak says and what kind of upgrades my favorite little drum machine got. All right, everybody, I'm making this video incredibly preemptively, so these features might be updated. They might be changed, or they might be completely different than what I'm about to say, because I am speculating. All right, freaks, folks, and feathered friends, let's get into the details. Now, we'll just say that this is still speculation, because, I mean, we don't know for sure. We haven't gotten the final word from Elektron, but I've been in this industry for about 10 years working at a bunch of shops, so I feel like this passes the sniff test, and I'm gonna tell you what I think and what features we got. So let's take a look here. 16 audio tracks. Almost seems like too many audio tracks for me, but 16 audio tracks, looks like it's kind of working with the Syntact paradigm where you can change them between audio sample machines or MIDI tracks. So 16 tracks, that's bonkos, that's pretty awesome. I do like that quite a bit. We also got stereo. People have been asking for it forever. Personally, I think that'll be cool for like some pads and a couple of other things, but I really don't use a lot of like stereo samples. So I mean, I know people have been really clamoring for that one, but I primarily use this as a percussion machine. So the pan is all right for me. but I'm happy that you're happy, okay? Kits. It's kind of buried in there, but it does indeed tell us that we are gonna be able to get kits. And with 16 audio tracks, being able to make really funky, awesome kits and then kind of, apply changes across the project, that's gonna be fucking huge. That's gonna be really, really cool, game-changing, and I'm super excited for that. We got 3 LFOs, so that's one more LFO. I'm not really sure if any of them are global yet. I would kind of love to see like 1 or 2 global LFOs or like assignable LFOs. It's a little vague, but we definitely are 3 per track is kind of what it seems like. Now, I can't really say much more than that. We'll find out soon. Expanded memory. Part of the French listing said that we had a 20 gig drive and a 400 megabyte per project thing. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. It also goes in with it said we got 30 minutes of stereo sampled stereo samples on the sounds. So I would imagine that comes out to probably like 60 minutes on mono sounds. If they do that the way that I would do it. That's a lot longer than the Digitakt right now, I think. Oh gosh, I mean, because you can have like 127 times like 33 seconds. So I think it's like close to like 13 or 14 minutes total on the Digitakt currently. So that's like, it's effectively like twice what you're working with right now, which 16 audio tracks, long samples, all these things, very, very cool. We also got a longer sequencer. So that actually looks super sick, especially if we have all of the timing abilities that we do with the sequencer currently. So if we're able to slow things down and turn that 128 steps, so it's a 64 step sequencer now, they basically just doubled it. And so if we're able to turn that into like a halftime and effectively get like a 200 and what is that? 128, so it's like be like 246, 248, something like that step sequencer, like right off the bat. You even could quarter it and get that. That's insane. Long sequencer, real big fan having just access to that. Super duper cool. Some cool MIDI stuff if you actually take a look and start reading on that leak. It says that CCs are gonna be a lot more easy to navigate. It's gonna like you'll be able to name them and receive names from other things, so that kind of implies that we're gonna get MIDI 2.0, which is also very cool, very fun, like that quite a bit. Big, cool things. It seems to me that there is a per track effects. Like it seems like we're getting delay, reverb, and chorus per track. So what that means is that each track has its own individual delay, gets at different delay times. It also appears like we've got a global compressor and overdrive, as well as, I believe, per track overdrive. So that's super fucking cool. If you're familiar with the analog rhythm, basically that global overdrive, super sick. New machines. It seems like they've added another stretch machine, like a time stretching machine to the new Digitakt. So that is pretty cool. It also, new platform here, we got new machines. I think that kind of opens up. I mean, we might see some of these Octatrack machines like pickup and loopers and stuff like that. That would be super sick. But we've still only got the one set of inputs and the one set of outputs, which I'm really bummed about, to be totally honest. We've also got different trig modes on the staging side. If you go down to the very bottom, it seems like there's gonna be sort of a Syntakt style with the modifiers, like how you can set up those 4 keys on the Syntakt. It looks like they're taking that sort of functionality over to the Digitakt, but it looks like we'll be able to maybe play like 16 different presets from the sound pool. I'm not sure quite yet, but it says there's different trigger modes. There's also a ton of new filtering modes like comb and stuff like that, which I'm very excited about. And they also say that everything else is kind of souped up versions of the original in their copy. Now, whether that's just marketing copy to say like this is way more powerful, or it's actually true and they've gone and kind of like tweaked some things, I don't know. But I guess we'll find out soon. That's about all I can concretely say about the Digitakt 2 from kind of interpreting the copy and taking a look at the leaks, but you bet your buns I can speculate as well here, because they've changed up quite a bit on this faceplate, and I got some thoughts, right? So they've added an extra page button, which is interesting to me, and then you'll notice that one of the pages is mod. Now they've promised this like modular style, like modularity essentially is what they've promised. It's a little bit difficult to kind of figure out what they mean by that, other than, I mean, I'm assuming that they're gonna be like, you can now put the filter in front of the effects, or you can now put the VCA after the effects, or something like that is kind of what I assume it's gonna be, which is really cool, but I would love to see them take it further and have like adjacent channels be able to audio rate modulate, like things like filters, do ring mods on the VCA, all sorts of stuff like that. If they add those kind of functionalities in there, maybe like a little mod matrix type of thing, I would be really, really happy. That would be super fucking cool. But you know, I just don't know what that modularity is gonna mean yet. They've also added a button on the left side. We got 3 buttons now, and they've kind of changed up the order. So you've got a song button down there on the left, and then the metronome is kind of now, it's like gone. It's just that keyboard thing. We've also got a perform button, which looks pretty cool. I would be super stoked if that would let you set up slide trigs like from the analog rhythm. I really, really want slide trigs. That would be just so cool. They're so very nice. Please give me slide trigs. But I would also love to see macros, like performative macros, and like how also the analog rhythm has that like cue perform functionality. It's very cool, very fun, super usable. Give it to me. Give it to me now in the Digitakt. Something else I noticed is that the sample pool is now the preset pool, which is pretty great. I think that that is one of the all-time sort of bungled features on the Takt and tone lines, is they come with amazing presets and they're wonderful to use, sort of, but they're annoying to load, and they're even more annoying to kind of like keep track of in the between the preset pool and the sound pool. It gets really confusing. So if they streamline that, baby, I will be so happy. It also looks like we've got a white LED screen, which I'm not a fan of. I like the yellow, fan of the yellow, but what can you do? But it's not all daisies, roses, and tasty cake, okay? We still got a few things that, I mean, I'm frankly disappointed with. The output situation, I'm disappointed with. The fact that they left us with just the 2 stereo in, stereo out, that kind of stinks. I hope at least we'll be able to cue one of the mutes to the headphones, because we need to be able to cue, okay? I would really, really appreciate being able to cue, but you know, whatever. We also didn't hear about polyphony, if it's gonna handle any sort of polyphony, if you're gonna be able to link tracks together and play, which would be super duper helpful, especially when you've got 16 tracks. If you could use 3 for a pad and 3 for, you know, maybe some sort of polyphonic lead, those would be really cool. I would really appreciate some sort of linking. One other thing I want to point out real fast before we move on is the functions of the pages, like when you hold function and click a thing. Those have been changed quite a bit. There's a sequencer function and a setup function now. I wonder what those will do. The sequencer, maybe that'll have something to do with the new Euclidean sequencing mode, which I mean, like, is cool, but you could already program Euclidean sequences. You can just do that. You don't need the computer to do that, but it's cool that it'll do that for you now too. And that is honestly just about everything we know about the Digitakt 2 right now. I think if it was me, I would say that this device is probably gonna either come out tomorrow. It's either gonna come out tomorrow or it's gonna come out maybe in like the next 2 weeks here. Elektron usually seems to hit things on like April or May, usually around Wednesday. And I think that because the French site auto launched the product, there's even a possibility that as I'm editing this video, the Digitakt could drop at like 8 p.m. All right, so what's the call? Are you gonna get a Digitakt 2? And if so, will you use my little affiliate link? Also, do you call it Digitakt or Digitakt? Because I see the word digital and I see the word Digitakt and I say that's Digitakt. It's digits. I don't say Digitakt, I think that's weird. Hey, also, sub to the channel. I'm thinking about doing more kind of off the cuff, weird shit like this. And, you know, I definitely will be doing some tutorials and fun stuff for the Elektron Digitakt 2 once I can get my hands on one. But, you know, Elektron didn't send me one. And this is going to be my one moment to gripe and cry and complain. Okay! Okay, that's the video. Now I just gotta edit this shit and get it out real fast. And, all right, so drop your speculation below. What do we think? What's going on? Is Mario from Elektron cuter than Enrique from Elektron? I don't know. Speculate below. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, whatever. We've been sleuthing, we've been goofing, we've been truthing. Just fucking come hang out, dude. I don't fucking care. Just whatever. This video's over. I'm done with it. Give me a fucking Digitakt 2, baby. Yee yee yee.